This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
98FM.
We can have a conversation about anything. If I search through my wallet, I've loads of receipts. But do I want to talk about those receipts?
Do you keep receipts?
No, not really, no. No, unless it's a big purchase. If it's a big purchase, like a fridge or something like that, I'll keep the receipt for it.
A lot of shops nowadays, which is really good. This was on a side note. A lot of shops now will actually email you the receipt.
Yeah, which is great.
I was in the Skechers store the other day. You know I love me Skechers.
Oh, I do.
Yep.
So's my dad, but yeah, go on anyway.
Your dad's way too old for Skechers. Way too old.
Way too young.
What?
He's way too young. But anyway, go on.
Skechers are for young people. Anyway, I was in the Skechers shop buying a new pair of Go Walks with memory foam soles on them.
That's the point I'm making.
And they're very comfortable.
Yes.
And your man turned around to me at the counter and he says, do you want a paper receipt or do you want me to email you the receipt? And I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, a lot of companies are doing that
So
now.
you literally get an email.
It stays in your email, and if you ever need it again, you just print it off.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Okay, there's a receipt, a copy of a receipt doing the rounds on social media in the last 24 hours. And a lot of people are getting very vexed about it, very angry about it. And this is a receipt for a pub in Temple Bar. And someone was in there buying a few drinks. They bought, let me see how many drinks they bought. And I'm not going to tell you how much the receipt was for, but they bought 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They bought 9 drinks. Okay, a couple of pints and a short and a couple of shorts. So this group of people went into a Temple Bar pub and they bought 9 drinks. Okay, 9 drinks. And they got a receipt back for it. And the receipt is for a certain amount of money. And a lot of people are very, very annoyed and shocked. So let's see if you can guess how much this receipt was for. Not you, because you've seen the receipt. So I have a copy of the receipt.
You have it there, yeah.
If you haven't seen this receipt online, this has been shared all over social media in the last 24 hours, and people are literally losing themselves over it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you. I want you all to listen very carefully. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I ordered at the bar. This wasn't me, by the way.
No, indeed, yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I ordered.
You're so tight, you just order water for everybody.
Well, I don't do rounds with people. I think rounds are ridiculous.
What?
I think the whole concept of a round of drinks I find abhorrent.
Why? What's wrong with buying a round of drink? Yeah, you see, that's exactly my point.
No.
You're the one who welches on rounds.
Well, welches isn't a word.
It is, and so it comes to your round. I'm off, see you, bye-bye.
The reason I don't engage in rounds, well, I'll tell you about it in a second, but I find rounds are for scum. They really are.
Let me have a look at that receipt for 1 second.
No,
just for 1 second, please. Thanks. Just for 1 second. Let me see it for 1 second.
No, I'm just...
I have something to look at after a message I've just received, so thanks. Give it to me for 1 second. Thank you. Yeah, go on anyway.
Well, no, I needed to
yeah, I know that, yeah.
Anyway, okay, so I'm in this bar, in Temple Bar, and I'm ordering 9 drinks, okay? Why are you adding up all the prices yourself?
No, I'm not. I'm merely pointing out that receipt that is doing the rounds, look at the date on the receipt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
how's that suddenly become a thing?
Because maybe the person only found it in their wallet now. Okay, it's a few months old receipt, but it doesn't make any difference. I doubt the prices
are probably dearer now.
Oh, jeez. Okay, here's what I ordered at the bar. So I want you all to listening at the moment to get your phone ready and to type in how much this round of drinks cost. Okay, so I had 3 pints of Guinness. Okay, 2 pints of Heineken, a pint of Carlsberg, and 2 pints of Bulmers. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 pints altogether. Okay, I ordered. So 8 pints and 2 gins with 1 tonic. Who shares a tonic, by the way?
That's all you need to share.
Really?
You wouldn't be bothered. You'd be gone home. It's your round, Jeremy. Woo, I'm off.
Where's Jeremy?
Yeah.
Jeremy! Hello!
By the way, that's not a word of a lie. When it comes to his round, when it comes to his turn to buy a drink, gone. Out the door.
So I'm in a pub in Temple Bar. I've ordered 8 pints and 2 gins with 1 I find out abhorrent ordering 1 tonic with 2 gins. Like,
what's wrong with sharing a tonic?
No, buy a tonic each.
Look at the price of the tonic.
Oh, I can see why they shared the tonic
exactly.
now. Okay, so how much do you think this bill came to? Text or WhatsApp us now. 087 798 98 98. 087 798 98 98. 8 pints, 2 gins, 1 tonic, not even a bag of bacon fries thrown in.
No, nothing, no.
I love those bacon fries. You know those ones? Little bacon fries.
There's only about 10 in it. They're the tiniest. Any time in my local, if I ask for a bag of bacon fries...
They're very small, Adrian.
The barman says, really?
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Anyway, how much was that bill? Now, I want to know how this bill, which is actually from last year, has started to do the rounds on social media.
Because I guess maybe somebody just found it in their wallet now, and I don't know.
Because I didn't spot the date on it until somebody texted in a couple of minutes ago. But anyway, text, how much do you think that bill is? Here's the thing. Yeah, this is a receipt that did the rounds from the...
By the way, can I say to the people texting in very specific numbers, you can round it off to the nearest euro, okay? Like someone texted in, €95 and 59 cents. Relax there with the 59 cents. We're looking for a round off number. How much did this person pay for 8 pints and 2 gins with 1 tonic in a pub in Temple Bar? Okay? We don't need cents, okay? We just need euros. How many euro do you think it cost? Text or WhatsApp us now. 087 798 98 98. Sorry, Adrian, I interrupted you there. What's your issue?
This particular bar, it's called the Temple Bar. It's in Temple Bar.
Yes.
I've been in it myself, and I've even taken a photograph of a receipt myself because I was shocked by the price of the pint, yeah?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I went in there. I paid $7.45 or whatever it was for a pint.
You paid what?
$7.45 for a pint.
I'm acting shocked, but I don't know how much a pint is because I don't drink pints.
It's expensive. That's extremely expensive.
Okay.
$7.45 for a pint. I had the pint, and that was the end of that. I didn't order another one, and I left.
I've never known you to only order one drink.
I went to a different bar. I went to another bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was meant to say.
But my point is, I can't for the life of me understand people giving out about this. I really don't.
Yeah. It's like buying a house in Malahide for 750 grand.
Yeah, where you can get a similar one in Wexford for half the price.
But nobody wants to live in Wexford.
That's the point.
That's why it's cheaper, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, in other words, we, as my learned friend Adrian has said, you know going into a pub how much drinks are going to cost. They're bloody advertised on the wall. There's a price list on the wall that tells you how much a drink is. And the thing about going into a pub like the Temple Bar, I actually like the Temple Bar as a pub.
Yeah, it's a great pub, yeah.
You will get entertainment no matter what time you go into that bar. There'll be 3 musicians standing at the top of the stage. In fact, I played a gig there once myself.
No, not in that pub. That was a different pub.
No, it wasn't.
It was, yeah. It was. You were in the Oliver St. John Gogarty.
Oh, that's across the road from us.
Yeah, it's down the road.
The point I'm trying to make is if you go into the Temple Bar pub now, at this time, yeah? If you go in now, the place will be jammed and there'll be 3 lads. Yes, it will.
Will it?
It actually will.
Right, okay, go on anyway.
And there'll be 3 musicians up on the stage singing The Wild Rover.
Yeah.
I played The Wild Rover for many years a year. And everybody be having a great time. That's what you're paying for.
Now, my argument has always been, if you go on holidays, you end up in bars that charge an awful lot of money.
I don't go to bars when I'm on holidays.
I'm not talking to you. Stop being so anal. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to our listener.
I doubt most of our listeners spend their whole holidays in bars either.
If you go on a holiday and you go to a bar, if it's in a tourist area, you're going to pay more money for drink. The locals don't go to those bars.
Yes.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, I was telling Adrian off air that I went to a lovely cocktail bar when I was in New York there last year. A cocktail bar in Times Square, and it was $18.50 for a cocktail.
Yeah.
Well, my God, I sipped that woo-woo, Adrian, for about 5 hours. I wasn't knocking that cocktail back because of the price of it. That is the point. It's all to do with location, location, location.
Yes.
In other words, if you buy a house, if you want to live next to me, if any of you want to live next to me in my gated community, you'll spend a lot of money for a house. But if
you don't even have a gate.
But if you want to live out in the sticks with Adrian, up a back lane somewhere, you're going to pay a quarter of the price. That's the thing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Gated community. Jamie, you're on 98FM. How are you, Jamie?
Hi, lads. How are you?
Hello, sir. How are you, Jamie?
By the way, Jamie, just before we talk to you, I'd like to hear the most expensive somebody has ever paid for a pint in Dublin. Okay? Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. This receipt that we're talking about, where the pints are $7.45, is actually taken over a year ago. The photograph of the receipt was taken over a year ago.
And it's only come into the
public domain somehow over the last 24 hours. What is the most expensive you have ever paid for a pint? Has anyone paid £8 for a pint? €8?
Is that expensive for a pint?
Bloody sure it is. Jamie, you paid how much?
€7.70 for a pint of Bulmers last Saturday in Temple Bar.
€7.70 for a large bottle of Bulmers?
Yeah.
Right.
No, a pint. Not
a draft pint of Bulmers? Not even a big bottle. And what bar was that in?
That was in the Dubliner in Temple Bar.
The L Dubliner.
Oh, the L Dubliner, yeah. €7.70 for a pint of Bulmers.
Yeah. And
Now,
my friend was drinking gin and tonic, so there wasn't much change out of €20.
So for a round of drinks for two people, you're talking 20.
Basically €20. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, did you
And
know the price?
The owner of the bar.
Yeah.
Now, funny enough, we were actually drinking with the owner of the bar, who
Okay.
owns 2 bars in Temple Bar, and his justification of it was rent, staff, etc., etc. Even though you can go 3 minutes up the road to, I think it's Busker, whatever it's called, up near Fitzsimons. And a pint of Bulmers up there, from my recollection, is $5.60 maybe.
But did you know before you paid $7.70 for a pint of Bulmers? Yeah, did you know that it was going to cost that much, or did it come as a shock when he rang it up in the till?
No, I did not know. Actually, a friend of mine was down from the north, so that's why we just met him there.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is...
I generally wouldn't drink in Temple Bar because I do know it is a rip-off.
And that's exactly the point. It's an area, and I've always said this, if you go to, I don't know, any city, like Copenhagen.
Or here's a classic example, the Leidish plane in Amsterdam.
Yeah,
the Leidish plane.
It's very expensive.
Is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
But if you go up the road to, say, where the red light district is, there's some great bars up there.
And same in Copenhagen, for example, the locals don't hang around all of the expensive bars in the tourist area.
Yeah, but
they just don't go.
The locals, Adrian, when they go out drinking, the locals in Copenhagen, they always go Dutch.
Probably.
No, but they always go Dutch.
Probably.
They do. No, they always split the bill.
Probably.
No, there's no probably about it. The people who drink in Copenhagen, when they go out on dates, they always go Dutch.
Can I just tell you what balls up you've just made of that joke? Copenhagen isn't in Holland.
Oh, no, it's not. Sure, it's not.
Where probably is to do with Copenhagen.
I apologise, Jamie, for that. I'm sorry.
That was the worst joke ever. Probably.
Okay.
Anto, you're on 98FM. How are you, Anto?
How are you? How are you doing?
Hi, Anto.
How much do you reckon this bill was?
€105.
€105?
Yeah.
So you'd need to remortgage your house.
You would.
Now,
Need about £500 if you go out in Temple Bar.
You would, and that's the truth of it. And that's how, us locals know, if it suits you to go to Temple Bar, by all means, but you're going to pay more money.
Oh, 100%.
And I, for the life of me, and I really mean this, I don't understand how people give out about this. Because if you want to pay $7.70 for a pint, go to Temple Bar.
Yep.
If you want to pay $5.50 for a pint, just go 5 minutes down the road.
Yep.
That's it.
It's like, Anto, if you want to go to Benidorm for a week's holidays, you'll get it for £300. But if you want to go to the Caribbean, it'll cost you $3,000.
Well, it all depends on what taste you want, isn't it, really? If you want to have a nice holiday or if you want to have a cheap holiday, doesn't it?
What's the most you've ever spent on a pint?
About $7.50.
About
That's around
$7.50.
Temple Bar.
Yeah, that's around Temple Bar, yeah. I mean, it is an awful lot of money, but you know you know it's going to be that. It's not like I can't understand how anybody would even be surprised. And like I said, I was in that particular bar we were talking about, paid $7.45 or whatever it was for a pint. I only had one and I left.
You're a man of your wealth.
No, but I just refused to pay $7.45 for a pint.
Yeah, but Anto, would you agree that the entertainment in Temple Bar is second to none?
Yes, but then you also have the other people that are around there that are very not well-mannered as well. And you have people that would be a lot of townies and they put a bad scene on that part of the...
Yeah, I do agree with you. I rarely go into Temple Bar, but I was in the that restaurant, Adrian, where they all dance up on the tables. What's it called? They sing Happy Birthday on the tables.
I don't know. I haven't been in it, obviously.
The Thunder Roll. I was in the Thunder Roll Cafe there a couple of weeks ago, Anto, and I walked through Temple Bar. It's full of pickpockets.
You probably went in yourself and jumped on it with them, did you?
What's full of pickpockets? Temple Bar?
Temple Bar.
Oh, right, not the restaurant.
No, not the restaurant. Why would a restaurant be full of pickpockets?
No, but the way you phrased that, it sounded like it was...
No, I said I went to the Thunder Roll Cafe, had
and
a
it's
lovely...
full of pickpockets.
No, that's
not
what I had a lovely meal, but as I was walking through Temple Bar, there's a lot of cagey-looking dudes, isn't there?
Again, this is nothing unusual. You walk up Las Ramblas in Barcelona and it's full of pickpockets.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you just have to be extra careful. Anyway, the bill was not €105, Anto, no.
Okay.
A little bit less than that.
Well, still around that. Well, I would have had a rough idea that it would have been that high up, you know what I mean?
All right, now, somebody texted in to say those sorts of prices put tourists off coming back to Temple Bar.
No, they don't.
I don't believe it does. It's packed every single day of every single week.
And I mean, because I spent the guts of $20 on a cocktail in Times Square, are you trying to suggest that I'll never go back to New York?
No, of course you won't.
No.
Of course you will.
Of course I will.
Frank, you're on 98FM. How are you, Frank?
Not bad. Well, I've heard this conversation and argument over the years with Temple Bar, lads, and I just feel we can't blame the pubs or the public in here.
I agree.
Blame the thanks, Adrian. I blame. There's a famous quote there, or old saying, "A fool and their money is easily parted." Now, if I walk into a pub and the barman says, "Frank, that's €10 for a pint," if I give him the €10, who's the bigger fool?
Well, I would say you go to the bar too often because the barman knows your name. If the barman knows your name, you have a drink problem, don't you?
I know, yeah.
If any barman knows you by...
All the barmen in my local know my name.
Exactly.
Well, look, I'm using that, but what I'm saying is, apart from the tourists, which my heart goes out to them because they do get ripped off in Dublin.
But again, Frank, I did say any city that you go to, if you go to the touristy areas, you're going to get ripped off. It's not just Dublin.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I do blame, Adrian, the locals, i.e. the Dublin people. Every week you'll see someone putting it up on Facebook and they cover a seat and they'll go, "Isn't this disgraceful now what I paid last night in Temple Bar?" No, it's not, you fool, you dick. You paid it, you dick.
Jesus, calm down there.
No, but he's right.
He is right.
Sorry, lad, it just riles me.
And like I said, I went into that particular bar last year after a Dublin match.
You've said that about 6 times.
I paid $7.45 for a pint. I only had one and I left. But I didn't moan about it. That's the point I'm making.
A couple of years ago, lads, myself, and there was 6 of us in total. And myself saying Adrian was buying each of the rounds and the 2 other guys was buying rounds. Yeah. And we walked into one of the pubs in Temple. I can't remember it for the life of me. Anyway, I says to the barman, give us 2 pints of whatever it was. The mate that was beside me said, "I'm going to the Jacks, I'll be back in 2 minutes."
Oh, that's an Adrian trick, that is. Yeah, order the drinks and then go to the Jacks.
That's your trick.
He put the 2 drinks down, lads, and he says to me, it was just shy of €14. It was $13.90 something.
Wow.
And I said to him, "No, I only got 2 there." And he says, "Yeah, 2 pints." I says, "Yeah, I only got 2 pints." Now, I had taken a mouthful, Adrian, out of the pint.
Yeah.
And when the lads come back, I said, "Lads, out of here." I put €1 on the table, and I said, "That's for the mouthful. Good luck." And he turned and walked out.
No, I wouldn't have the balls to do that.
No, but they could just do it. But you see, this is what's wrong with people.
No,
they're moan afterwards.
Well, Frank, let me tell you a story you probably haven't heard. Adrian went for a drink in the Temple Bar a couple of years ago after a match, and he paid $7.45 for a pint. And can I tell you something, Frank? Now, this is news to our listeners. He walked out after having that drink and went elsewhere.
I went elsewhere.
You went elsewhere.
$5.50 for the pint. Greg, you're on 98FM. How are you, Greg?
Not too bad.
By the way, how come it's only men ringing in about pints? Do women not drink pints anymore?
Yeah, obviously women drink pints.
How come there's no woman ringing about pints?
I don't know. Greg, how much do you think the bill was?
95.
95? Now, actually, like I said, this receipt is from last year. It probably is 95 now. No, it's not 95.
Had they ordered 2 tonics with the gin?
It might have pushed it that far.
And a couple of bacon fries.
Scully!
All right.
How are you getting on?
Not bad.
How much do you think the bill is?
€90.
€90. You're a little bit closer than 105. What's the most you've ever paid for a pint in Ireland?
About £7.
7, yeah.
I wouldn't go out much. I'd rather sit in with the wife, you know what I mean?
Jesus, what husband would rather sit in with the wife?
You know what I mean?
I've never heard a husband saying that. Adrian, would you rather sit in with the wife or go out with the lads?
She's listening. No, I'd rather sit in with the wife.
Well, my wife's not listening, so I can safely say I'd rather go out and spend £9 on a pint than sit in with the wife.
Oh, Jesus.
Bottle of wine, a few beers, a game of poker, does me.
You have a bottle of wine and the wife always ends up wanting to bring you upstairs up to the bedroom for a good time and all that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just a bottle of wine, that's all it takes?
That's all it takes. My wife, after a couple of drinks, gets very frisky. She always, "Jeremy, come on upstairs. And I'm like, "Honey, we don't have an upstairs."
Why are you telling people that?
What? Does every wife not get frisky after a couple of drinks?
€10 for a pint in Las Ramblas. I know Las Ramblas is very expensive for a beer. I don't know if it's a tenner. The most I've ever spent for a pint, I ordered 2 pints in Paris last year. and they cost €27 for 2 pints.
2 pints in Paris.
€27. That's
So-
$13.50 each.
Would it be fair to say, Adrian, and I hope I got this right, would it be? Tell me that again, what they ordered.
2 pints, €27.
In where?
Paris.
So would it be fair to say that person ended up plastered in Paris?
No, because he didn't have any more than 2 pints.
Oh, I got the joke wrong again. So he wasn't plastered in Paris.
How could you be at that money? $13.50 for a pint.
All my jokes are going wrong today.
My husband bought 5 gin and tonics at a work event at Battersea Power Station in London at Christmas last year. £120.
Pounds.
And they came in plastic cups.
I wouldn't drink out of a plastic cup. That's for scum. But can I say to you, the best places if you want a night out, Adrian, or if you want a family do or a get together, GA clubs.
Ah, yeah, they're brilliant. Yeah, and the prices are great as
Yeah,
well.
how are they so cheap? GA clubs.
Because they have membership and stuff like that. Let me just one last call. Desmond, you live in Norway,
I do, yeah.
and $7.45 is cheap for a pint in Norway.
Average pint price here is about €8, €8.50.
Yeah, in fact, I was in Norway a couple of years ago, and I sat down at a bar to order a pint.
Let me guess, you had one drink and then walked out.
I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Because the bar that I ordered
Do you
the
do
pint
that in every pub?
the bar that I ordered the pint in,
Yeah.
it was €9 for the pint.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had just the one. No, I didn't have it.
€14 before for a bottle of EPA.
So how much would you pay on
in a
average
full-
for a pint over there?
€9, €8.50, €9 minimum.
Yeah, and I know I go to Switzerland a lot, and in Switzerland it's the equivalent of €9 for a pint in most bars, which is a lot of money.
And Desmond, how did you end up listening to 98FM when you live in Oslo?
I live in Bergen.
Or Bergen?
Lots of times. I've been on here a few times.
He's been on here a few times.
Oh,
yeah.
really? I've never
Yeah, he
heard.
has,
I don't remember
yeah,
speaking to you.
yeah.
Okay.
I just
Desmond,
like
you know
98
Adrian once went for a drink at Temple Bar and walked out after the 1 pint?
I did, yeah. And finally, I paid $19 Australian dollars for a pint in Sydney, Australia. Anyway, every now and again something happens that makes you realise, oh, I'm starting to get on a bit in life, yeah? This is what happened to me just a moment ago.
It's here. Now 100.
Now 100 is out this Friday, yeah? 100.
Wow.
And
You remember now one.
yes, that's exactly the point.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point. I remember now that's what I call music. It didn't have a number one even.
Yeah. In fact, the first gig that Adrian actually did was for Jesus' 21st, wasn't it?
It was.
Remember you DJing at that gig?
I did.
It was a great old gig,
Anyway,
wasn't it?
That ad just made me feel, uh-oh.
Now 100.
Now 100 is out this Friday. And just hearing that ad made me feel, uh-oh, I'm getting on.
Here's a question, see if anybody knows about this, okay?
Yeah, go on.
Now, you'll probably know, Adrian, because you're a DJ. Adrian also did, didn't you do Moses' bar mitzvah party as well?
I did.
You did. Here's a question. There's one artist whose songs have never appeared on the Now albums. There's actually two, but for the purpose of this, there's one artist whose songs have never appeared on the Now albums.
Oh.
Like you've heard your woman Dua Lipa there in the ad. She obviously is in the album. But if you go through every single Now album that's ever existed, there's one artist you'll never find their song on it. Now, they've had loads of hits, but their songs aren't on the Now album.
Here, let me have a listen to this. Hang on.
It's here. Now 100. One CD of the latest hits. And one CD of Now's greatest hits ever. Now 100. Now that's what I call...
All right, so
Can I say something about
Yes,
that
you can,
ad?
yeah,
you know what I love about that ad?
What do you love
that
about
it's
it?
an Irish woman. I hate to hear... I'm not anti-English, but I've never understood sometimes on the ads, you know, when they're English voices. Buy your new CD now! Pop down the shops!
So you said this is an Irish voiceover?
It is an Irish voiceover.
It's here. Now 100.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
she's
yeah,
as Dublin as you are.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if anybody can guess. Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. One artist that you will never find. I don't know, maybe this artist had a falling out with Mr. Now.
Right.
You know Mr. Now?
Is it Christy Moore?
Why would Christy Moore be on the Now albums?
I'm just asking.
I'm talking about a popular artist, and by popular I mean one that would be known around the world.
Okay, this is somebody who would have had hits over the period of time that Now was out.
Yes, many, many hits. This artist, there's also a story going around about this artist. This artist once went into a bar and paid $7.45 for a pint and walked straight back out. Wonder if anybody knows. A bit of trivia for you.
Okay, sorry, just one or two artists?
Well, one in particular.
One in particular has never been on a Now album.
Never been on a Now album. Ever.
Is it Elton John?
No, Elton John's been on the Now album.
Okay, is it Cliff Richard?
In fact, the first Now album I bought had that awful Elton John song on it. Oh, Nikita,
Yeah. Okay.
Can we come back to it?
Yeah, does anybody know? Anyway, sorry, another story that we have here is... This is something that really bothered me when I saw it today, and I've... A reason for finding it so disturbing. Did you see the story today of... it's on the front page of many of the newspapers. In fact, you might have the story there. Oh, no, sorry, here we go. Shocking dashcam footage shows teens almost cause a pile-up by playing chicken on the M50.
Yes.
A shocked motorist caught the moment a group of teens caused a pile-up on the M50 as they appeared to play a dangerous game of chicken, with cars whizzing by at 100 kilometres an hour. The footage shows 5 lads, believed to be around 18, leaning over into the outside lane of the M50 while trying to find a gap to race across the 3 lanes. Their actions caused one car to slam hard on its brakes from 100 kilometres an hour. It was anticipated that the group may run into the road between junction 12 at Fairhouse and 13 at Dundrum, almost causing a pile-up. Mark Clinch spotted the group last Friday and even claims that after he drove past, they ran out behind him and came to a stop in the middle lane.
Now, Mark, we spoke to Mark off air. Mark is not able to talk to us on the radio.
Not able?
What?
Not able?
Yeah, not able.
Why, is there something wrong with him?
No, there's nothing wrong with him. No, he sold a story to that newspaper, so he's given them exclusive rights.
Oh.
Yeah?
Right.
So maybe if we had paid him for the interview, he could have spoken to us. But you were too stingy because you spent all your money on that pint in Temple Bar.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it's... what's going on?
Well...
What's going on in these kids' minds?
I don't get it, right?
And I mean, we all did foolish things when we were young.
One of the saddest, most heartbreaking funerals I was ever at was about 4 or 5 years ago, I think it was, in Ashburn in County Meath, of a young fella that I knew who did exactly that on a motorway. And he got killed playing chicken on the motorway, basically.
Jesus.
And
what age was he?
He was 13, maybe 12, 13. Only a young fella, maybe 14, but only a young fella.
And how was it? Was it established that he was in fact playing chicken?
Yeah,
his friends.
Yeah.
But why?
Who knows? That's the thing.
No, but I want to know why are they doing it?
I don't know. I don't do it. But the point I'm trying to make is that I was at one of the biggest funerals I was ever at in my life for a teenager who got killed in this way, and I'm appealing to these young fellas to stop doing it, because I know this young fella's mother, and to this day, obviously, she's deeply affected by his death and the manner of his death and everything else. That never leaves a parent, ever. So if these young fellas have a mammy and daddy, think of them, because they're the ones that are going to be attending your funeral if it all goes tits up. And I'm telling you, you continue to run across the M50 like that, and it is going to go tits up. One of you is going to get killed. And
as Adrian was saying, this affects so many people.
It
okay,
does,
so a young fella runs across the M50, gets knocked down. Yeah. Supposing I'm driving on the M50 at that time with my kid in the car, I jam on my brakes. My child ends up with a serious injury. I end up with a serious injury. The kid I knock down ends up dead. My life is ruined because I've just killed somebody. The family of the kid's life is ruined as well. It's just... What is going on with these teenagers? What's going on in their brains?
I really don't know. Genuinely don't know.
Are they that bored? Are you that, if you're listening, are you that bored with your life that you want to actually risk everything to run in front of a car? Has life got that boring?
Yeah, that's what I wonder.
Teenagers nowadays have more than we ever had as kids. Correct?
Correct.
So why are they doing it?
I don't know. And all I'd say to you is, if you've got a mammy or a daddy, you do not want to inflict on them the pain that I witnessed at a funeral about 5 years ago of a young fella who was killed in the exact same way. So
I know every death is horrible and all that, but there's such a thing as a senseless death, and a senseless death is a one that could have been prevented.
Yep.
A senseless death is one that occurs out of pure stupidity. And I'm sorry, I'm talking generally here, that is absolute moronic behaviour.
Yep. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that. Sorry, that was 6 years ago that accident happened with that.
Well, it wasn't an accident.
Well, it was an accident in that it wasn't planned. He didn't set out to be killed.
Yeah, but I mean...
So from that point of view, it was an accident. But anyway, look...
And the motorist involved? How's the motorist involved?
I assume still traumatised to this day.
Yeah, you wouldn't get over that,
you wouldn't
would
get
you?
over that. Now, just going back, you were saying about artists... or a particular artist that has never appeared on the Now CDs. This weekend, this Friday, sees the launch of Now 100.
That seems very... Because only a couple of months ago, Now 98 was out. Because remember, we made a big deal about it. Because
yeah, but that was about 6 months ago.
Was that 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Anyway,
have you collected all these, by the way?
I have every single Now album, yeah.
But some of them did you download?
No, in fact, I just pre-ordered Now 100 on iTunes during that ad break when I heard the ad.
Okay.
Yeah, so, anyway, Keith, what artist do you think has never appeared on a Now album?
Has to be Prince.
No, believe it or not, Prince appeared on Now 20. I know I didn't know this, but Prince had a band called the New Power Generation.
Oh, he did, yes.
Never knew that. And Prince, one of Prince's songs, Get Off. Adrian, what did it say?
Yeah, Get Off. That's what it said. Get Off.
That's what it said.
Yeah, that was on the Now album.
That was on Now 20.
Oh,
actually.
right.
Did you collect them as a kid, Keith?
No.
No.
I don't think I ever owned one.
What did you collect as a kid?
I don't know.
I used to collect my scabs.
What?
Yeah, true story. Sorry about that, Keith. You were probably eating when I told you. Sorry.
He probably was.
Yeah. Sorry, Keith. Did I ruin your food?
No, I'm just having a cup of coffee.
Okay, well then I'll tell you again. I used to collect my scabs.
Your scabs?
My scabs.
Ew.
Yeah. You know when
you'd cut your knee, it'd turn into a scab, but you'd pick it off and you'd collect it.
Yeah, and I used to have a Tupperware. Is that the name of them?
Yeah.
I used to have a Tupperware box beside my bed at home.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
What?
That's grotesque.
Yeah. Sort of like something a serial killer would do, actually, isn't it?
It
Probably. When you think about it now, maybe I had the
How
makings
did this
of
macabre personality start developing?
Yes. Well, Your Honour,
scabs.
Jeremy at the age of 8 started collecting scabs. Yeah, I used to have a Tupperware box, and I remember my mother and father every day when they come into the bedroom and say, Jeremy, get rid of the scabs.
They'd be right.
And I think at one stage, Keith, I had about 35 scabs.
Ah, stop it.
What?
That's vile.
Why? What's vile about it?
It's disgusting.
It's just dead skin.
Ew.
But sorry, do you not have? I have at home. I have a bit of me wife in a box.
Really?
Yeah.
What bit?
The bit, that thing.
What thing are you talking about?
I don't know what it's actually called, but I have a part of me wife in a box at home, in a keepsake box.
What, a bit of her hair?
No, the bit after you give birth. What's that called?
The umbilical cord?
What? Yeah, something like that.
Ew.
Yeah. Why?
You said it shivers up my spine, you dirty swine.
We're a house of serial killers.
Oh. Orla!
Hello.
Orla, who never had a song on a Now album?
Was it Eminem?
No, Eminem's song, don't ask me how I know all this, but Eminem's song, remember Mockingbird? It was an awful song.
Oh, yeah.
Mockingbird appeared on Now That's What I Call Music 19.
19, now 19.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Right, so it wasn't Eminem.
What did you collect when you were a kid, Orla? Did you collect Now albums, or what did you collect?
I used to collect snails.
Snails?
Yeah.
And were they alive?
Yeah, they were alive, yeah.
But all the snails look the same, Orla.
No, they all look different when you look at them real close.
I don't think so, Adrian. Snails.
I think they look the same, but
yeah. And what did you do when you collected them?
I used to race them.
I'd say that was the most exciting day of your life.
It was.
You collected
about 3 weeks.
You collected snails. You raced them, and the race took 3 weeks.
3 weeks for a winner, yeah.
That's hilarious. Thanks, Orla. Was that artist Michael Jackson?
Yes, it was Michael Jackson.
Oh, really? Was he never on a Now CD?
No. There was some sort of thing between Michael Jackson and Michael Jackson's songs rarely, if ever, appear on compilation albums.
Yeah.
So Michael Jackson's, none of his songs were ever on a Now CD. Also Madonna. I don't think Madonna ever appeared on a Now CD, did she?
I don't think so.
But Prince, a lot of people were confused. Prince is the man, isn't Prince the man that refused YouTube? He wouldn't let YouTube put any of his videos up on YouTube.
Initially, I think he was.
But he doesn't have a say in the matter now, Adrian. He's since gone.
Can I just correct you, by the way? because I've just found out that Michael Jackson's Billie Jean appeared on Now That's What I Call the 80s.
That's not... No, I'm talking about Now That's What I Call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh.
Never appeared on that.
This is 98FM's Dublin Talks.
Sorry, I'm going home going to colour into my mother's house after the show today and pick up that box of scabs. I'll bring them in tomorrow.
Don't.
Share them. We can play with them.
This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy. 98FM.